For this project, we were able to touch base with the local high school, which is Port Charlotte High School, athletics department. So the football team, there is always a need of items, as all of the sports departments there are, but especially for water and food supplies for the students there, or the student athletes there on the football team. So the issue was the lack of water supplies and healthy snacks and things like that for the student athletes. We learned about in the class. We learned that hunger and poverty and people going hungry is a real thing with the Sustainable Development Goals. So I really wanted to focus on the issue of hunger. So doing further research with that, I began to really look into what it was that I could actually do. So with that, I started to use the resources that I did have available. I know that I'm pretty decent with oral and written communication, so I researched a grant through Foresters Financial, where they were small community development grants of $250 that I was able to write to. And because I had done so before, I knew it would, as far as time, I should be hearing back within 1 to 2 weeks. So I was able to write in. I ran into an obstacle with that because, with that being said, one of the obstacles that I ran into was the fact that my approval didn't come right back because, as expected, because of a previous grant. I did like a little oopsie. So I'm like, what's going on? Why haven't I heard back? I'm running out of time here. And so I was able to problem solve that. I began to send emails to the head of the grant department asking, what is it that I can do to resolve the issue? And it was just that I needed to talk through the previous grant and kind of submit data and information and just kind of agree not to do that oopsie anymore. So I thought the whole thing would be dead in the water. But because I was able to effectively communicate and follow up, that hiccup was kind of gone. So when we talk about teamwork and collaboration, I was able to collaborate with the school to ask them, hey, when we start to talk about snacks, what are some of the healthy snacks? With protein bars, like I know the kids like the Quaker Chewies and things like that, but once I looked, they didn't have as much protein that I think a lot of the athletes need. So what are some of the things that your athletes need as far as protein? What am I looking for? Is it 2 grams, 3 grams, 10 grams? And so I was able to collaborate with the football coach, with the head coach, and find out what are some of the things that are healthy but that the kids will actually eat. Hey everybody, we're here with Coach Eamon of Port Charlotte High School. All right, so he's the head football coach of the Port Charlotte Pirates. And Coach Eamon, today we are donating using a grant from Foresters Financial to help in our community, especially during these trying times. We know that 2.1 million children and families are hungry during the summers and especially during the pandemic. So we thought that we would help out by donating essential needs and goods as far as supplies, protein bars, water, Gatorade, and things that can keep our children healthy as they're out here in this extreme Florida heat. Coach Eamon, can you tell us how this donation will help out the football teams?
We have over 90% of our kids are involved in the free and reduced lunch program as it is. So the summertime makes it very challenging to make sure they're completely fed. So when they come and they get done with workouts, we can send them home with more food in addition to the food that we give them. So we're very, very thankful.
I'm so grateful to hear that. It really touched my heart at the beginning of the season due to the pandemic because we had gotten a letter or a phone call from our team mom, which is great, Miss Flowers out here. She's a great teacher out here, and she gave us a call and she said, hey, we can't use the squirt bottles, we can't use the water bottles anymore because of the virus. So we're gonna need each kid to try to bring at least 2 to 3 jugs of water every day. My heart sank because I knew, even me being a single mom, I try as hard as I can,
But sometimes for some families, it's just not doable to A, get to the store, or B, to even be able to afford those extra jugs of water for their family. So we also donated a few gallons for the kids as well. Coach Eamon, how does this water help promote health and safety during the pandemic?
It's a huge help because sometimes guys will forget their water, so it makes it a very challenging situation to find a water bottle and fill it and sanitize the whole thing. So this eliminates all that potential spread of the virus by already having so much extra water on our property. So we're very thankful that we don't have to deal with that issue anymore.
In my perspective, what I'm learned is that we need to, while not embarrassing people or saying, oh, look what I'm doing and things like that, we need to be able to put it out there that while our resources may be limited, incredibly limited, especially during COVID, or you may not feel that you have the financial resources, we all have resources within us that we can indeed help others.